Hello and welcome to another episode of the Wholehealth with Carney podcast. And on this episode, we're doing another solo run here. So it's just going to be me spitting with y'all, talking my thoughts, talking my experience here. So just going to share a little bit what's going on with me lately. And for those of you that do know, the World of Warcraft Classic Edition was just released a couple of weeks ago. Today is September 6th, and this came out on the 26th, I believe. So that was a game that I played quite a bit in my childhood, and it was something I wanted to see if I could have a little nostalgia playing with some of my old friends. We all kind of got back together on it, gave it a try, and I really found after whatever it's been now, 10 or so days, maybe 11 or so, that I just found that it almost took over my life again, in the sense that I still had a pretty good balance, but I was getting the bare minimum done, so I wasn't really striving to do more or to be more like I normally do, where I use every possible opportunity to use any downtime to really improve myself, improve my business. I just found that I was doing the minimum in life, and not that that's necessarily a bad thing all the time. Sometimes we just need to put in our hours, clock out, and relax for a little bit. But when this became a habit of about 9 or 10 days straight, I really started to notice that things were suffering, and that it was a good reminder to me that boredom is important. And I've never been a TV watcher. It's not something I really enjoy, sitting still for that long watching TV. But when I'm playing a game, it's stimulating. You feel like you're achieving something because you're conquering, you're doing all these different things that are building up your character, building up your skill set, and all that type of stuff. So it feels more fulfilling to my ego, at least. And whereas sitting in front of a TV, I just kind of feel like a bum. So that's not really the binge style I go down. But yeah, it's funny because I've never really played video games much in the past, really since high school at this point, consistently. So it was interesting to give that another try and just notice, look, this is not serving my life. This is not filling me up. This is not something that is a good use of my time. And yeah, it was enjoyable at first. It was fun. But then it almost felt like a chore. It felt like something I had to do to stay up to date, to be the highest level, to do whatever. And it kind of took the joy out of it. And as I said, I realized that I was not succeeding in my business as I had been previously. Again, this is only a matter of 10 days here, but again, I caught myself pretty quickly in that trend that I was, as I said, doing the bare minimum, and I found myself not being bored, where the times where I'm bored, I've really found that's kind of where creativity spawns from. And if we tend to numb ourselves of our boredom, whether it be through TV or whatever it may be, there's so many different ways that we tend to numb out the boredom, try to do anything we can to fill the void of time when we're not doing anything. We hate to be alone. We hate to be in solitude. We hate to be doing nothing. But oftentimes, those are the opportunities to grow, the opportunities to check in with ourselves, the opportunities to be creative, and the opportunity to just see what we want to do, set our intentions, do some journaling, do some self-reflection. And that is some time that I didn't really notice how much I appreciated until it was gone. And of course, that was a choice of my own, trying to play a video game again, but just noticing that freedom of that boredom time, if you want to call it that. I don't know if that's the best word, but that time of doing nothing that I then filled in with the video game time, I missed it. And I really noticed that I wasn't doing some of the little things. I wasn't doing the journaling, as much of the breath work, the yoga stuff. Again, I did my normal routine, the Tai Chi, every single morning. That never changed, but it was more in the evenings, the after hours, the 7 p.m.s to 10 p.m.s where normally I'd be working, and kind of block that out for video game time. And really noticing now that I made the commitment to stop. And yesterday was my first day after the 9 days or so of playing. It was nice to kind of being like, all right, what do I want to do? Kind of not sure what to do with myself right now. And that was a good thing, because I had the opportunity to journal. I had the opportunity to talk to some other people, some like-minded people that I have been doing, reach out to some more people on Instagram, try to give some more value in my posts there, and just think about my intentions. What are my intentions? Get more clear on what I want to do. And I think it's really important to give ourselves that time to do that. And again, I'm playing this same note here to really make a point. We need the time to ourselves that we call boredom, that we call doing nothing, whatever you want to call it, without numbing ourselves out with TV, with scrolling through our phones, or through on Instagram, or playing video games, or whatever it is, drinking, anything that takes us out of the present moment. Those things are all great when used properly and with a proper balance. Maybe I'll enjoy playing the game once a week, once every 2 weeks for a couple hours, or whatever it may be. But the playing 3 hours a day was not a good balance for me. I'm way too busy to afford that time, and I appreciate my time alone. So my point being with this message here is enjoy the boredom, enjoy the nothingness, because that's our opportunity to grow. That's our opportunity to be creative. That's our opportunity to be with ourselves and really, as I said, set our intentions, check in with ourselves, see how we're doing, how we're feeling, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, prioritize. And so at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is we are trained to believe that being alone is a bad thing, that we should be constantly doing more, being more, filling ourselves up, filling up our brains, taking in new information every waking moment, not wasting a precious moment, which is great on the surface. Yeah, we want to be efficient. We want to use the best. We want to be the most effective we can be with the time that we have, because time is the most valuable resource. But at the same time, sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. It is to be bored. It is to take a step back. It is to reflect. It is to relax. And now some people say, oh, well, I watch TV to relax. And that's fine. As I said, everyone's balance is a little bit different. But for me, I found that doing that does not really give me that relaxation. I'm still being stimulated. I still have all these bright colors and noises going in through my eyes and ears. My brain is still processing. It's not giving it time to reflect on my own life. It's filling up on other people's ideas, other people's thoughts. So my invitation to you is the next time you feel bored or lonely, or you just don't know what to do with yourself, rather than flipping on the TV, going to the phone, or do anything to numb yourself, whether it's drinking or video games or whatever it is, anything to escape that boredom, I would invite you to dive into that boredom. Dive into that solitude. Dive into those areas that may be a little uncomfortable. See what you find there. I'm sure there's going to be some demons that you're going to want to close the doors on pretty damn quickly. And that's okay. If your first instinct is to close them, that's okay. Close that door. You'll open it when you're ready. Start with the smaller ones. Start with the questions like, why am I avoiding this time alone? Why am I opposed to doing nothing? Why do I feel that I should be doing something else? Are those my thoughts? Are those my parents? My grandparents? Someone else's? My teachers? Why do I have this belief that I need to always be doing? That I can't be with myself in silence? So these are questions I try to ask myself on a regular basis, and the answers change from time to time. Some days I know that the thoughts are mine. Some days I realize, whoa, those are not mine. I've just accepted those as my own. Those were my school teachers from 5th grade. Some random teacher that you had, 6th grade, 7th grade. My parents, my grandparents, my old coach. They told me this and I believed it. I thought that was true because they said it. But maybe I don't need to be doing something. Maybe I don't need to be thinking this way, or doing this, or always striving to do that. Sometimes it is okay to sit back and do nothing. And I'm inviting you to do that. So rather than being bored, flipping on the TV, hang out with yourself. You might learn something. And at the end of the day, I think the growth mindset is very valuable, very important. And for me, it's what keeps me going, is the desire to be better, a better version of myself, so I can help more people. I can help make the planet healthier. I can help make the people healthier. And I can make the world just a happier place to live. So my growth mindset of always wanting to improve and do more is what it drives me. And I love every moment of it. But there are also times where I need to tell that part of my brain, let's relax for a little bit. This is not the time to be growing or doing. This is a time to be sitting, to be relaxing, to just be taking the time to be bored and to see what comes up. And sometimes that's the answer that I'm looking for. And now I'm coming to realize that is extremely valuable. It's something that I don't do enough of, as oftentimes I trick myself into think I'm being productive. Productive by going onto Instagram, commenting on posts, liking other people's posts, checking out people's profiles, commenting, messaging, helping any way I can. But sometimes that's not the best use of my time, even though my ego thinks it is, because I'm seeing results and I'm getting responses. Sometimes that time, even though it's productive, it's efficient, sometimes that is best used for boredom. So I just want to conclude this with, again, I'm reiterating here because I think it's very important. I remember having this realization a number of months ago, and this was a nice reminder that I'm glad I caught myself after about 9-10 days. Allow yourself to be bored. Allow yourself to use that time to be creative, to let your creativity flow up, to sit there with yourself in solitude, to set your intentions, to set your focus, to strategize, and to just be, to relax, to recover. And you may be very surprised what comes up. So thank you again for listening to this podcast. This is a nice short little solo session here I'm going to throw out there, as I've been really embodying this piece of my own advice lately. So I want to share that message with you in the case that may help your life as well. So thanks again for listening, and looking forward to talking soon. So thank you again for listening to this episode of the Whole Health with Rob Carney podcast. I hope you enjoy this solo edition on boredom and how that boredom creates creativity and allows us to really focus in on our intentions and goals. So I hope that you will practice this in your own time when you find yourself in the similar situation. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by our superfood sponsors, Purium Health Products and Mushroom Revival. So if you go to ishoppurium.com, you can check out all the great superfoods they have, from workout supplements like the amino acids, which are the most absorbable, pre-digested vegan amino acids on the market. And I can really notice that I get a good pump after about 15-20 minutes of taking them. My arms will start to get much more vascular as the blood flow starts to increase significantly after. So if you go to ishoppurium.com, you can check out those aminos and many other products available and use the code wholehealth, that's WHOLE, health, all one word, and that'll save you $50 on your first order. And then Mushroom Revival, which has the first organic Cordyceps militaris farm in the United States by my good friend Alex. So he is the owner of Mushroom Revival there, and I've known him for a number of years. He's a great guy, very passionate about what he does, very knowledgeable of the subject. He's a pioneer in the field, and he's been making incredible mushroom products for all you good party people out there to get your stress levels down, your sleep levels up, and your overall energy and vitality significantly improved. I've been very happy with the products. I've been taking them for just about a year now on a daily basis and have been really enjoying the results I've been getting. So if you go to mushroom-revival.com and use the code wholehealth, same code, wholehealth, that'll save you 15% on your every order. So anytime you want to buy some Mushroom Revival products, use that code wholehealth and you'll save 15%. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you again.